What's up you guys, Rich here, bringing you yet another video on buying real estate here in Mexico. And today guys, I've got a really special video for you. This video is all about how can foreigners get mortgages here in Mexico to buy property. Stay tuned guys, the video is on its way. So I want to welcome Ricardo. Ricardo is a mortgage broker based in Guadalajara. Welcome, Ricardo. Thank you so much for coming along, mate. Ricardo speaks perfect English. Thanks. We don't have to do this in Spanish. What we're going to do now, guys, we're going to be sharing with you the process. So we're going to take you step by step into what it takes for you to get a mortgage here in Mexico. So step number one, what would it be? For foreigners arrive to Mexico, right. I believe a foreigner has to have the right visa requirements, right, to apply for a loan. Correct. Explain to me, yeah.
Thanks. So if you're looking forward to buy a house, the first thing you need to know is that you're going to be needing your permanent residence in Mexico. Because one of the requirements is your FM3 visa.
Okay. Can they be a temporary resident as well as a permanent? They could be either a temporary or permanent?
No, it needs to be the permanent visa.
This is good to know, guys. So you need to get your permanent residency before you do apply for a loan here in Mexico.
Right.
Okay, great.
You're going to need an aval or fiador here in Mexico.
Tell me what fiador, I mean that's in Spanish, right?
Yes.
What is that in
That's
English?
a warrantor. The warrantor is a person that would respond in case that you are not paying your loan anymore.
Okay, does that person need to be a Mexican?
Yes.
Okay, so it's good information to have. So you have to have someone here, a Mexican here, that will sign for you just in case that you will not continue paying your loan for any reason. Step number two, once you have all that, you have to put the paperwork together, right?
The documentation we need to process your loan would be your ID, your proof of address. It could be in the US or in Canada. Passport would be a good example for an official ID. The proof of residency, we need proof of income as well. What you guys would need to do is to open a bank account here in a Mexican bank, and you could transfer money to that bank to show income. That's a good strategy to show income to the bank.
Open a bank and then have 3 months of a time period of the money coming from your American bank into your Mexican bank, and that would suffice.
That would cover it.
That would cover it.
That's right.
Good.
If you're gonna buy a house, my recommendation for you is to first look for the loan and process the loan. The process of the loan has several stages. The first stage is the approval process. Once you get the approval, you're gonna have a sense and a right amount or approved amount of the loan. Once you know that amount, then we know that the bank will give you the loan for that exact amount. After that, I recommend you to go see houses or opportunities, right?
Okay, yeah.
In the market. What we need to focus on is on having the income that the bank requests.
What are the ratios of income to money that you can borrow here in Mexico? Right. So say for instance, we're talking about a house, an average house in this area is going to be around like $200,000 or more. That would be around 4 million pesos. Let's use that as an example. So that's 4 million pesos, $200,000, around that kind of point. How much income would you have to prove for that 3-month period or monthly period to get that loan?
Okay, for a 4 million pesos loan, you would need to have an income of 100,000 pesos approximately.
About $5,000, guys. Yeah. About $5,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
So think about it if you're going to ask for 1 million, the bank will request 25,000 pesos, approximately.
Just over like $1,200, something around that kind of number, you know, 1,200.
Right.
But that's good to know. So just times it. So every 1,000 pesos every million pesos that you borrow, you're looking to borrow, you need at least just over $1,000 of income per month.
Right.
About right. Yeah.
And answering your question on the rates, on the interest rates.
Yeah, interest rates. It's an important question.
Yes. So
what's an average here? If there is an average in Mexico?
Interest rates go from 8.65% to 11.5%.
Let's talk about, I mean, you touched on it. Let's talk about timeline. Because a lot of people are watching this and they're maybe coming to Mexico, thinking about Mexico. They're 55 years old and they're just about to maybe retire. Maybe they're retired. Maybe you guys are retiring early. Congrats for that one. So what is the max, the cap where people can get a mortgage up to what age?
If you are 58 years old,
yes,
you can get a mortgage for 20 years.
Oh, so if you're 58, you can get a mortgage for 20 years up to your 78.
Right.
Cool.
If you are 68, you could get a mortgage for 10 years.
For 10 years.
And so on.
All right. So yeah. So it gives you plenty of scope. If you're coming here early 60s, guys, you've still got a good, between 15 to 18 years to pay off a mortgage with the bank. And a lot of you, I guess, who are watching this may not need 15 years. You may only need 6 or 7. In a way, this mortgage could be somewhat used as a bridging loan. Let's talk about the process quickly. Can you break down the process?
So the first step is to have all your documentation ready and all your fulfilled requirements in the documentation. Talking about income, IDs, etc. Once I have that, I go to the bank and I process your requisition, right? Or your application. After that, I need to wait for the approval. We can get the approval between 3 to 5 days.
That's pretty quick then.
Yes,
it's pretty quick then.
Yes. It's a pretty quick response from the bank. After that, the bank will send an appraiser to check on the property, to check if the value is correct, and to check for the percentage of the price or the percentage of the value of the property that you want to buy, and see if it matches whatever you requested in your application.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So after that, we need to wait for a couple of weeks. In the general sense, the cycle time or the time that the bank needs to get the money into your account is 28 days, 4 weeks.
And you can pay off your loan early, guys, here. There's no extra fees if you wanted to pay it off. Say if you took out a mortgage for 15 years and you didn't need to, and you wanted to pay it off early, there's no added fee, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
There is no penalty for depositing before.
I'll leave Ricardo's contact information down below. You can contact him with any question that you have and he'll get back to you straight away. I've been in Mexico 10 years, as you know, and when I first came to Mexico 10 years ago, there wasn't a huge mortgage industry. I mean, I was surprised coming from England, where we are just bombarded with mortgages, right, as you are in the States, wherever you are watching this. In Mexico, the mortgage industry seemed quite small. And what we've seen in the past 10 years is this explosion of the mortgage companies, banks offering services on mortgages.
Right.
Huge. I mean, it's completely change the face of the real estate market here in Mexico. And what you've seen is that the property prices have doubled. 5 to 10 years, the prices of properties doubled. And I think that's all because of more money being available to borrow through banks.
There are companies like my company in which...
Who you work for?
Elite Brokers.
Elite Brokers, yeah. We'll leave a link on the description so you can check out the company Ricardo represents.
Yes.
Who he's working with.
So there have been created a lot of companies to help you guys get your mortgages. Before, the business was less dynamic, let's put it that way, because all the business was just held by the banks. And right now, there are a lot of us who are trying to help you guys, help the consumer, the buyers.
So there we have it, guys. I think we've covered everything in this video. Thanks so much for coming, Ricardo.
Thank you, Rick.
Real pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification button down below, and give me that thumbs up. It really, really helps the algorithm here, pushes the video out there so more people can see this content. And thanks so much. And everyone who has subscribed, thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hasta luego, amigos.